heading coordinate geometry. Yeah, okay, okay. So, okay, 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 I will take care. Coordinate geometry. So, if you have equation like y is equal to mx, then what should be the graph plotted between y and x? It should be a straight line passing from the origin. So here is your x-axis, this is y, x versus y graph. Okay. Now if the graph is y is equal to mx plus c, then the graph will be again a straight line, but this intercept made on positive y-axis is called c. Intercept made on positive y-axis. And then slope tan theta, m is slope, m is equal to slope and is equal to tan theta. Means tangent of this angle theta is called tan theta. So y is mx plus c. Now third part is y equals to mx minus c. Then the graph will be so this is now minus c, this part, y-axis, x-axis, and tan theta is positive, slope is positive, but intercept made on negative y-axis is minus c. This part is minus c, the third one. And the fourth graph is now y is equal to minus mx. This is minus mx plus c. Then graph will be, that is c, intercept part is positive, but slope is negative. If the angle is taken clockwise, then it is negative. If the angle is taken anti-clockwise, then it will be taken positive. So tan theta here is positive. Okay. So now this is y-axis, this is x-axis, and this is called c, positive c. So this is the graph plotting between y and x, and m is tan theta, m equals to tan theta is equal to slope. What it shows, with increase in x, y will decrease, y will decrease. For a particular value of x, y becomes 0, y becomes 0. Okay. Now the fifth one is, can anyone take the snapshot? It will be easy for you to send in the group. Take anyone snapshot. Yeah. Then you can write after the class is over. Taken? You just inform me. Yes, sir. Taken. Taken? Okay. Now the fifth one is, I am rubbing this part. Fifth one is, up to this portion I have done yesterday. I mean previous lecture. Now I am talking about the another graph, number 5, is y square is equal to kx. Then if you plot the graph between y and x, the graph will be here is your graph. Here is your graph. So this is x, this is y. So y is equal to y square is equal to kx. But if it is y square is equal to minus kx, then it will be just reversed to the side. Now the graph will be along this side because x is negative. So this is your y is equal to minus x, this is plus x. This is y, this is minus y. Same is case here. Now the seventh case is y equals to, this is part A, should I call A? This is B, and the C part is y square is equal to, or x square is equal to ky. If x square is equal to ky, if you plot the graph between x and y, then graph will be yeah. So this side it is x-axis, origin, and this is y-axis. So this is x square is equal to ky, means x square proportional to y square proportional to minus x, y square proportional to x. The graph will be as shown in the figure. But in the sixth type, now we are taking y is equal to ax plus bx square, ax plus bx square. So if you plot the graph between y and x, the graph will be where a and b are positive constants. So if a and b are positive constants, these two constants are positive, then graph will be so this side it is x-axis, here is y-axis, and it is 0. So it should be like this. Now the seventh one is if A and B are, if A is positive and B is negative, and B is negative, then in that scenario the graph will be A positive, B negative. The graph will be parabola like this, y-axis, x-axis. And finally, this type of graph comes in the projectile motion. If you throw a ball at some angle, throw a stone at some angle theta, then the trajectory of the stone will be parabolic. So equation comes to be of this form: y is equal to ax minus bx square, something, ax minus bx square. Then projectile, the path will be, for trajectory will be parabolic. So you need to explain all these things when you study the projectile motion, that is motion in a plane. After that, we are doing x into y is equal to c. Now take the snapshot, I will rub the board. Yeah, taken. Okay. So the next one is, all these things you will study in chapter mathematics, subject mathematics. So this is 7. 7.1 is x into y is equal to a constant. It means x proportional to 1 by y, inversely proportional to y, or y inversely proportional to x, or y inversely proportional to x. Then if you plot the graph between y and x, the graph will be like this. So x inversely, a rectangular hyperbola. This is called rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola. So at x is equal to infinity, y will be 0. So that's why these two lines goes parallel to each other. And the moment you put x 0, then y will be infinity. 1 by 0 is infinity. Means This side it is going parallel to y-axis, going parallel to y-axis because this line will meet y-axis at infinity. It means these two lines will go parallel. So this is rectangular hyperbola. Now the next one is 8 x square plus y square is equal to a square. Actually, this is the equation of circle. If you have a circle, x-axis, y-axis, then and the radius of the circle is a, then equation will be x square plus y square is equal to a square. So this represents a circle. So if your equation comes to say x square plus y square is equal to a square, it means this represents a circle because this is the equation of circle where a is the radius of circle, where a is the radius of circle, radius of circle. Now equation of ellipse. Ellipse. You know, Earth revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. So that elliptical orbit, ellipse has two foci. You know, circle has one focus, that is center, but in case of ellipse, it has two focus. So if it is x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1, then it represents ellipse. Ellipse means it has two radius. So if you consider here, or if this is center, then this distance and this distance will not be same. Okay? Suppose this is A, this is B, then x square by a square plus y. Yeah, like Earth, equatorial radius and that polar radius are not same. If you go from the center of the Earth to the equator, because it is somehow like an apple, so in that scenario, the two radius will be different. At the moment A becomes equal to B, then it will describe a circle. Then it will be a circle. So ellipse will become a circle if A equals to B. So if A equals to B, so this is the equation of ellipse. Ellipse. Now if A, yeah, yeah, if the ellipse is vertical, you are talking like this. So then again the two radius will be different. So then suppose this is A, this is B, then also same equation, x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Vertical, horizontal, that doesn't matter. But intercept made on x-axis is A, intercept made on y-axis is B. Then x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Then if A is equal to B, then it will be the equation of a circle. Y square by a square is equal to 1. So then x square plus y square is equal to a square. Is nothing but equation of circle. Equation of circle. This represents a circle. And the next part is y is equal to e raised to minus kx. Have you taken the snapshot? Take it. Taken? Taken? Okay. Yeah. Uh, those who have a clear picture, they can take. Depending upon your internet speed. Okay, but it will be useful for you if you get it in WhatsApp group or any other group. That's why I'm telling. You have the proof of this one, no? In my handwriting. Someone can write something wrong, then they can check it. So, so it is not due to from my internet side. This is because of your internet speed is low. So if your internet speed is low, then this problem will arise. Okay. No, and certainly there will be some person or some student who is getting best picture. Yeah, can anyone is not getting? Yeah, yeah. So autofocus that happens. And the ninth one I have done. This is tenth one. Tenth, ninth part. This is tenth. So if the equation is y is equal to e raised to minus kx, exponential variation, then what is the graph drawn between y and x? This is y-axis. This is x-axis. Then the graph will be, actually, the graph comes to be like this. So then it will intercept y-axis. Because if you put x 0, then what will happen? So y is equal to something 1 by e raised to kx. So this is 1 by e raised to k into the moment you put x 0, so e raised to 0. So this is 1. So you are getting 1 something. So y is equal to e raised to minus kx. So the value of y will be 1 if you put x 0. So that's why in y-axis it is intercepting somewhere. Yeah? And then if you put x is equal to infinity, then here it is infinity, x is equal to infinity. So e raised to infinity, that is infinity. So 1 by infinity is 0. Means so this will be 0, this line will touch x-axis at infinity. So goes parallel. This side it goes parallel. Something like if you plot a graph of n is equal to n naught e raised to minus lambda t. Okay? Then if you plot the graph showing the variation of n versus t, so the graph will be exactly this way. Exactly this way. Because if you put t0 here, then it is 1 by e raised to lambda t. So for t equals to 0, n is equal to n naught 1 by e raised to lambda t is 0. So e raised to 0, that is 1. 1 by 1, 1, that is equal to n naught. So at t is equal to 0, n is n naught. So this part is called n naught. Here you have taken along y-axis n, along x-axis t. Okay? So at t0, n becomes equal to n naught. And at t is equal to infinity, now then n will be 0. N will be 0. If you put t infinity here, e raised to infinity, so this part is infinity. So 1 by infinity is 0. Then n will be 0. So this n will reduce to 0 at n finite time. So these two lines will go parallel. Okay? Now, after knowing this concept, we are moving towards a few calculus, knowledge of calculus mathematics, differentiation and integration. So integration and differentiation part. Okay, can anyone take the snapshot? Just take it. Just take it. Take it. Now moving towards the calculus mathematics. Before we start physics, what is physics? What are the basic forces of nature? That is introduction of physics. One must know about these primary mathematics. So in calculus mathematics, now we are talking about calculus mathematics. I am giving you the prelims knowledge, not in detail, only the formula that will be useful for you. So if you have a function, Suppose y is equal to function x. Okay, and then if you add a increment in y, increment delta y, a small increment in y called delta y, then y plus delta y, it becomes f function x plus delta x. So corresponding increment in x will be suppose delta x. So if this is delta y is the increment in y, the corresponding increment in x becomes delta x. So if you subtract equation 2 minus equation 1, implies that y plus delta y minus y, you are getting delta y only, and this is function x plus delta x minus function x. Now if you divide it by a, so delta y is function x plus delta x minus fx. So delta y by delta x, delta y by delta x is how much? Function x plus delta x minus function x divided by delta x. Divide both sides by delta x and then take the limit. So LIMIT, limit delta x tends to 0 del y by del x. This side also you have to take the limit. Limit delta x tends to 0. In short, LIMIT is written as LT. LT means limit. And then function x plus del x minus function x divided by del x. Once you know this formula, now this delta y by delta x for delta x tends to 0 is nothing but dy by dx. dy by dx. So when delta x tends to 0, then it is called dy. So don't think that d into y. That's a small increment, infinitesimally small. Suppose if you have, so that can't we do anything. Why? Why hazy? I don't know. Uh, so dy by dx. Sometimes it becomes better now. Sometimes it becomes better. Now better. So for few seconds it will be hazy, and for other few seconds it will be okay. So then delta y by delta x is nothing but dy by dx, and dy by dx is limit LT delta x tends to 0 function x plus del x minus function x divided by del x. Now this is the basics of calculus, differential mathematics. Differential, this is called differentiation. Now I can show you the one relation. If you have a function y is equal to x raised to n, then if you give a small increment in y, del y, then it is x plus corresponding increment in x is x plus del x raised to n. Okay, now subtract y plus del y minus y. So if you consider this equation 1, this one as equation 2, then what is 2 minus 1? Equation 2 minus equation 1 implies that. See, y plus del y minus y. Y will cancel out, you are getting del y. So del y is equal to x plus del x raised to n minus x raised to n. Okay, now you can take x common. Then it is 1 plus del x by x. So don't think that you can cancel x and x. Del x doesn't mean del into x. You can't separate it. That a small increment is called del x. But infinitesimally small increment is called dx. dx. Suppose you are driving a bike and your bike covers a distance in 1 millisecond. Think how much distance it will cover in 1 millisecond or 1 microsecond. That distance is called dx. But in 1 second, the distance covered is called del x. So this is the difference between del x and dx. D for infinitesimally small. Okay. So then raised to n, okay, I am putting n here, minus x raised to n. Okay, x raised to n, take it out, x raised to n, and then 1 plus del x by x raised to n minus x raised to n. So just take x raised to n common. So this is 1 plus del x by x raised to n minus 1. Now remember, I have given you the basic formula for the binomial theorem, binomial expansion. 1 plus x raised to n. 1 plus x raised to n. So now I am writing the remaining part here. The remaining part, that is del y. Here it is del y. So del y is x raised to n. And how will you expand 1 plus x raised to n? Now instead of x, you are going to assume del x by x. So formula is 1 plus nx, n delta x by x, nx. So x is del x by x plus n minus 1 by factorial 2. Remember, first day I have done this binomial extension, binomial theorem. N minus 1 by factorial 2 into del x by x whole square plus other terms. Lastly, you are getting minus 1. So should I write minus 1 here? No problem. So this part is separately. Minus 1. Now this minus 1 and plus 1 will cancel out. Then you are getting x raised to n and then n delta x by x. Now forget about the second terms onwards. Because delta x is very small, as I have told you, if x is something like 1 kilometer and delta x is 1 millimeter, so 1 millimeter divided by 1 kilometer, square it, that is very small. And this, when multiplied by n into n minus 1 by factorial 2, makes it very small. You can ignore it. So ignoring the higher power of delta x by x, like square, cube, 4, 5th, 6th, this way higher power will come in the series. So we are taking only two terms, that is first term only, and into delta x by x. This one and this one will cancel out. And forget about these terms, because delta x by x is very small. And the power, 2 power, 3 power, 4 power will come so small that you can ignore it. Ignore it. Okay? Now, this is equal to n, see del x, and then x raised to n divided by x. It's how much? X raised to n minus 1. X raised to n divided by x. This is x n minus 1. So the left side it is del y. Now take the snapshot, I will rub the upper side. Yeah. Taken snapshot. Yeah, tell me. Taken. Done. Okay. So done. Okay. Now delta x. I'm writing, since delta x is very smaller than x, then delta x by x whole square, delta x by x whole cube, so on. Terms can be ignored. Can be ignored. Why? Because their values are very small. You can ignore it. Okay. So finally you are getting del y is equal to n del x, x n minus 1. Now divide both sides by del x. So delta y by delta x, it's how much? N x n minus 1. Now take the limit. Taking limit to both the sides, that is LT limit. delta x tends to 0, del y by del x. And this side it is limit LT, delta x tends to 0, n x n minus 1. Now think, if delta x tends to 0, then del y by del x is nothing but dy by dx. dy by dx. And this side there is no delta x. So after applying limit, it will still remain the same value, that is n x n minus 1. So the formula is, if y is equal to x raised to n, then dy by dx is n x n minus 1. So dy by dx is called differentiation of y with respect to x. That is differential coefficient of y with respect to x is equal to n x n minus 1. As for example, if I have given you y is equal to x squared, tell me what is dy by dx? dy by dx is 2 n x n minus 1. n minus 1. So this is 2x only. If y is equal to x raised to minus half, tell me what is dy by dx? So n is now your minus half. So minus half x minus half minus 1. So this is minus half x raised to minus 3 by 2. Similarly, you can write any power y is equal to x raised to 3 by 2. Now tell me what is dy by dx? dy by dx is 3 by 2 x raised to 3 by 2 minus 1. This is 3 by 2 x raised to half. Okay? So this simple formula, just remember is, if y is equal to x raised to n, then dy by dx is nx n minus 1. That will be useful. And we can use this formula at several places in physics. So why we need, I will tell you later on. Now we have 5 minutes more time. Yeah? We have 5 minutes more time or no? Only 5 minutes. So, okay. Now I'm doing the another question. Like y is equal to, second formula, y is equal to some constant c, x raised to n. Constant, like 2x square. Then how will you take the differential coefficient? dy by dx is, constant should be separated alone, and then x raised to n is nx n minus 1. As for example, if y is equal to 4x cube, then tell me what is dy by dx? dy by dx is 4, and then x cube, you have to 3x square. Yeah, 12x square. 3 minus 1, that is 2. Okay, should I write directly? So dy by dx is 12x square. Similarly, if y is equal to a constant only, no x, then dy by dx is 0 only. As for example, if y is equal to, suppose 4, then what is dy by dx? dy by dx is 0. Then it is a constant. So if this part is not the function of x, then dy by dx is equal to 0. Now differentiation of a constant is 0. So keep it in mind, differentiation of a constant is always 0. Okay? Then we have to finish the lecture because time is already over. So one of your friend have data problem. Yeah. Yeah? Tell me. Y is equal to 4. Yeah. Okay, take it. Taken? Yeah? Taken. So what is wrong with this? Last line is y is equal to some constant c. Then if you differentiate y with respect to x, dy by dx, then it will be 0. Because right side is constant. On differentiation means slight increase or decrease. So if it is a constant, you cannot increase, you cannot decrease. And that's why differentiation of a constant alone is 0. Alone is 0. As for example, if y is equal to 4, then dy by dx is equal to 0. 4 or any number is there, something, which is not the function of x, then it will be 0. So in the next class, I will discuss the trigonometric function. Today we are discussing about algebraic function. So these are the formula. I will discuss the formula in detail in the next class, like trigonometrical formula, trigonometry part is also there, and then exponential part, logarithmic part. So if a function y is equal to log x, then how will you find dy by dx? If a function y is equal to e raised to something kx, then what is dy by dx? That is called exponential function, logarithmic function. This is algebraic function. And like y is equal to sin x, then what is dy by dx? That I will do later on. So tomorrow I will do the remaining part. Okay? Should I stop?